Let me be very, very straight. In my previous life, when I was at Jobs Plus, I used to say that this country needs more foreign workers.
Yes.
And I stand by what I used to say way back then. But it is also true that over time, I started to advise, at first quietly, and then perhaps I was a bit more vociferous, let's put it that way. We have to be careful in what we're doing. We have to be careful in what we're doing. This thing cannot continue going on forever because it's going to have its repercussions. So, because this country has significantly increased its economic size, definitely it needs more labor. But if we keep on going to repeat what we've been doing now for the past years, for the coming years, it's going to have more negative effects rather than positive. So that is why I continuously urge the need to change.
How long have you been warning your Prime Minister at the end of the day about the need to change?
Well, I mean, I think I've been having this discussion now even since way back.
Since Joseph Muscat's times?
Yes, 6 years ago or something like that.
So you have been warning that we need to start controlling the issue with TCNs for 5 years, 6 years?
Yes, I mean, it's not something that dawned upon me one fine day, no?
Okay, and do you think nobody's taking note of you?
No, I think it's more of an issue that at times certain people take more time to realize the hard and true facts that are out there. Let's put it this way and be very clear. It's not something very easy to address for the simple reason that even the business community at large now, it has become accustomed to this way of doing things. Because, and I have to precise this, when you see comments even on your blogs, government is importing labor. Government is not importing any labor. It is the economy that is requiring such labor. So in a way, it's the business community that is employing.
But government is also overemploying people, which leaves the private businesses with no choice.
Let me concede part of that argument. At the end of the day, I mean, when you look at the amount of TCNs, or I mean, even foreign workers, let's put it that way. The amount of people employed, or the increase, the increase in terms of people employed with government is just a small fraction of all this. So really and truly, the real issue is that this economy has grown significantly, but in areas that are very labor intensive.
So you're saying it's difficult to change because in a way we are caught in a bit of a catch-22 situation here, no? You have certain sectors like tourism, the construction industry, which is full of TCNs, a lot of them exploited, underpaid, let's not go there. And then you have the health sector that without TCNs will collapse.
I wouldn't say it's just the health sector, it's the entire economy that will collapse without TCNs. Because if you look at the penetration of foreign workers in general, the penetration is across the board. So it's not just, I mean, name it and have it, all the sectors, perhaps to different degrees. So the issue that we have here is that, first and foremost, we have to say it, we need foreign workers. The issue is how many? How many? Can we keep on increasing the stock that we have? And I think that is what we need to answer, in the sense that what we have is a labor market that is expanding, it is generating economic growth, but I think that for the future, and this is what I've been trying to say, that economic growth has to come not from the labor market by increasing the numbers. The labor market has to be productive, but not by increasing the numbers. So how you would address it, perhaps the next question would be.
Yeah. Let me give you an example. Would the government consider imposing taxation on industries that employ lots of foreign workers, TCNs? Has it ever crossed your mind?
I would put it in a different way. As you know, by training, I'm an economist. And I've been thinking about this for quite a long time now. I'll give you another example so that you can relate the two together. Europe has made it a key cornerstone within its policy priorities to address pollution, emissions. So there is a market for emissions, whereby the more you emit, more you have to pay. So the idea there is to reduce emissions by making them more expensive. The more you emit, the more you pollute, the more you pay. And I think we can study a similar model for our labor market. How? Earlier on, I've just hinted that the issue with foreign workers is that they are exerting externalities on our economy, meaning the use of services, whatever. So what if, in order to reduce the reliance on foreign workers, if there's, yes, a tax, and this tax is perhaps higher in value if you're very labor intensive, but that labor intensiveness is of low productivity, you're not export oriented. So what I'm trying to say is that we need to valorize more the businesses that are more export oriented, that are of high value added, and in this way, I'm quite sure that the economy itself would adjust over the medium and long run. So in a way, we are eliminating business activities, yes, there's no other word, that are low productive and perhaps more inward looking.
And is this something you would be considering introducing in the next budget?
Well, I told you my idea doesn't mean that government at large agrees with something like this. But, I mean, I've never been afraid to voice my opinion. I take the occasion of events like this to say what I think. But, of course, government, and I'm aware that there are discussions, to see what is the best way forward in this area.